Good morning, y'all. It is dark once again. We are in the dark. I'm heading to the gym now. It's a little later tonight. My sleep schedule got a little messed up, so right now I'm awake. I'm gonna go to the gym now. It's about 8 o'clock. It's gonna be chest day. We're gonna hit a super good one. Got plenty of carbs in my system last night and this morning, so we're gonna be super pumped. Got our regular Hyde Signature with some Gatorade powder ready to go. Creatine day 7, I think. I think after today we're gonna down the dose to just the 5 grams daily instead of the loading. And nitric oxide booster about an hour ago. So we're looking good. We're gonna get in there. Not too much more to talk about here, so I'm just gonna cut to when I'm in the gym and you guys will see that. All right, we have arrived at the gym. Today is going to be a little different. I'm going to try to actually talk to the camera in the gym. Now, I've been afraid to do so. I don't want people looking at me funny because I'm talking to my phone, recording myself. Then I start to think of the idea that why would I decorate the walls of the prison I so badly want to escape? So, think of it like this. If I don't want to be stuck in this town forever. I don't want to be in this town, going to this same gym for much longer if I have to at all, right? I want to escape. I want to get to somewhere better and bigger. So why would I worry about trying to make sure that the people in this gym, in this town, accept me? I'm not staying here. So, what's more valuable? The short-term acceptance from everybody by making sure that I don't look too odd to them, or actually taking the risk of looking odd for the chance of actually escaping, the chance of actually building this into something that can take me away from here. So, for your own self, for people that are struggling with this, if you're watching, think about it that way. What's more painful, the pain of being looked at a little funny for doing the thing that you want to do, or the pain of regret of knowing that if you would have just done it, you might have had a chance to get out? I see this a lot, the pain of trying versus the pain of regret. Would you rather try and fail and at least know you gave it a chance, or would you rather regret it and go on the rest of your life wondering what might have happened if you tried? So we are going to try. We're going to do that. There's some people in there right now. We're going to have to get over that shit. We're just going to have to fucking do it. I'm going to start talking to the camera. I'm going to explain what workouts I'm doing. Just keeping it simple. And we got to start somewhere. So you guys are coming along with me for this little journey of learning how to do this myself, and hopefully this kind of shows you that you can do it too. But enough talking about that, enough stalling. We're gonna get in there, we're gonna do this. Pre-workout's in, I'm itching, we're ready to go. So we're gonna go in, get changed, get ready for our first set, and I will talk to you guys in there. All right, we're gonna warm up the pecs a little bit, just a little bit of cable work here. Down to about shoulder height. I'm just gonna come across like this. Just squeeze that pec right there. Warm it up. Just gonna use a super lightweight. I only put it on 7.5, so just getting that warmed up, and I can already feel the pump coming in, so I think we did good. Gonna do a couple tricep extensions just to warm up the elbow joints, so we're not putting too much stress on them. Putting on 2D handles, going just above shoulder height here. Go for some flies, kind of going on a downward angle here. Really Getting the pecs squeezing. Alright, we did about 17 pounds on each side to warm up. Now we're jumping up to about 32. Alright, working set number 2. We're going to go about the same weight to start off, get a good set there, and then we'll drop set it down a few pounds for another few reps. So we're right here, coming in, really focusing on, rather than bringing my hands together, bringing my elbows together. We're squeezing here. You can already feel the pump coming on super strong. I mean, it didn't take, it took 2 working sets and we're already feeling that split right here. Super good. We're gonna do one more working set here, dropping the weight just a little bit. No drop set, we're just gonna do a straight set. Then we'll move on to something else. See what other machine we can find. Alright, we're going ahead on this flat chest press machine. I don't use this one that much, but it's what's open right now. We're gonna did a couple feeler reps of a lighter weight. We're gonna go a little heavier and see how that feels, and then we'll work up from there. Yeah, that feels good. I don't feel the press as strongly in the chest, so I think we gotta work on that more, see if we can feel a better contraction. I think we're gonna do one more good set here, and then I'm gonna go try something that I've never done before over by the dumbbells afterwards, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, we are already feeling a super crazy pump here. I mean, yeah, get a load of that. We're gonna try something. It's a Sam Sulek special. I've never tried it before. I take a dumbbell, just kind of go like that with each side. I can already feel that's gonna work. So let's try that. Start off with 30s, see how that goes. I'm not sure how heavy to load this. Feels a little odd. You really got to focus on the mind-muscle connection there. If you just kind of do the motion, you don't really feel it. You really got to squeeze. We'll do another 1 or 2 sets here like that, and then we'll move on to shoulders to start with. I think chest is had enough for today. All right, go another set with the same weight. We'll see what that feels like. I didn't exactly go to failure. Still just kind of feeling that one out. It's hard to gauge where failure's at there. Super good burn. If I can describe it, it's like right here through the middle. There's something I'm contracting when I do it like that that's different than everything else. So. I think we'll run one more set just like that, and then we'll move on to shoulders. All right, let's run it. Yeah, that feels odd. I'm gonna add that in the next couple chest days. See if I can't start to load it a little heavier. That was good for right now. Let's get started on shoulders. All right, we just did a couple feeler reps with the 20s, feeling good. We're gonna go up to 35s and hit a couple working sets there, just for the front delt. Focusing really on staying above here, and when we come up, bringing this towards our head. Not so much just pushing up, but bringing our arms in. That's really gonna contract right there. It's a little harder to go to absolute failure with the dumbbells because you gotta still kind of control them on the way down. I think a press might be a little bit better for really pushing and focusing on, really pushing weight and getting right to that failure point, but I think doing it like this, working some more of the stabilizing muscles will help. Alrighty, working set number 2. See what we can do here. We'll do one more like that, and we'll see what we can do for side delts. Alrighty, let's rip one more good set there, and then we'll move on. Alright, we're gonna go with the cable lateral raises. Not doing too much weird science-based lifter stuff, just super simple. Put it at waist height. Make sure we're getting that full contraction across the body and all the way up and out. Do a light weight for a couple feeler reps just to warm up, and then we'll get into it. That feels pretty good. We'll load a little more weight on. Alrighty, I'm gonna put a 17.5 on the stack. We'll see what that feels like. Alright, a little too heavy. We'll go down a little bit and then we'll retry that. Alright, put the stack down to 12.5 and put a 2.5 on, so we'll be at 16. Those don't feel great. We're gonna switch over, we're gonna do dumbbells instead. Stick with what we know. Alright, did a couple feeler reps with 15s, feeling good. Going to 25s now, see what we can do there. We're gonna go 25s. I got a set of 15s here to drop set too, so once we really tire out on the 25s, we're gonna go to 15s, bring them up, and just try to hold them all the way down and do a slow release. Let's do it. when I started doing those drop sets with the lightweight and doing the static holds and dropping them down, that's when I started really seeing the shoulders cap off. I think the shoulders appreciate a little more slow, controlled work. That's what really gets them that stretch and causes that hypertrophy. All right, we're gonna do one more here, and then we're gonna try to find something to do for the rear delts, and that'll be it for now. All right, no más. No cheating. One more. One more. Alright, that'll be it there. I'll see you at the next one. Alright, we're gonna try some crossbody rear delt flies. See if we can't get our scapula to stay fixed and really get that rear delt to activate. All right, a little heavy for that first set. We're gonna bring it down a little bit and see if we can't get a better one. Already getting excited for the pump check. I mean, just in these clips I can see we're thoroughly pumped for sure. But let's get this finished and then we'll get to it. So those are a little odd, but if you can get them, they feel pretty good. Cue I focus on is trying to push your arm as far out and sweep out. So imagine if you're like trying to sweep dirt. If you're trying to get as much of a swoop as you can out to either side of you, and keeping your scapulas in place and really just sweeping out, and you'll really feel that start to engage. Can't help but flex a little bit, man. It fucking looks awesome. Alright. Let's get one or two more good sets of this and then we'll check this out. I think that one you're gonna feel it in your traps a little bit regardless, so be wary of that, especially if you're going back to back with a back day right after. Traps might be a little sore preemptively. Alright, let's get this last set here and then we'll move on. Alrighty. Alright.
That was super good. Did one more set of dumbbell lateral raises just to get that pump, all in the name of vanity. Now let's see what this is looking like. Super fucking crazy. This stuff going on right here. This cavity right here. That's crazy stuff. Not bad. We'll take it. Alright, let's get our shirt back on and cut it short before I finish what I was saying. Gotta get our shirt back on and let's get out of here and let's go see if we can't find some food. You know, although my abs don't feel too sore, I'm not gonna hit them today just for the sake of, you know, recovery. You know, even if you're not feeling that soreness, because they can still be recovering, and you don't wanna fuck them up too bad, especially if you've got other stuff to stay able for. So, all right, I'll catch y'all later. Alrighty folks, we did it. So you guys will have just seen the end of the pump check there. We did it. We talked to the camera. You know, seemed a lot worse than it was when I started doing it. I mean, after the very first clip, as soon as I finished the first clip and went to the second one, it was just like second nature. I mean, I just started talking like I was, you know, talking to somebody who's standing there with me, just kind of explaining what I'm doing. You know, this isn't really a tutorial channel. I'm not telling you this is what you got to do to get big. I'm telling you that this is what I do. These are the workouts that make me feel the most pumped, the most activated, that have shown me the most growth. If you followed me for any period of time, or if you've watched any of my other videos, you've probably heard me say that, you know, this S-tier science-based lifting optimal bullshit doesn't apply to me. I do what workouts I enjoy, what workouts make me feel good, and I don't believe that there's any one workout that is perfect for everybody. I think you do what feels right for you. So, you know, all these fools in these comment sections on TikTok being like, you know, somebody will show a video of them doing a incline bench curl, and somebody in the comments will go, well, are those better than preacher curls? There is no better or worse. It's whatever exercise activates the muscle for you. And we're so caught up in this instant gratification world of we've got to know exactly how to do something, otherwise we won't do it at all. You know, we've got to watch 20 tutorials and know exactly how to do what we're going to do before we just do it. I think this applies to life, this applies to everything. You know, we're getting stuck in this age of needing to be ready before we take steps. The readiness comes from taking steps. You take steps into doing something, learn for yourself, and that is what makes you ready to continue doing it. Everybody's looking for the easy way out, the abs in 30 days, you know, you want to get to 200 lean in under a year. You know, you gotta, all these time constraints and all these things where people are saying, you know, this is the absolute fastest, best way to do this. What about the most fun way? What about the most enjoyable way? What about the way that works for you? You know, I think a big part of going to the gym wasn't always about, you know, studying up and knowing exactly what the best workouts are and then going and doing them perfectly and every time having the perfect workout. The whole point of going to the gym is to learn and enjoy it and get in touch with your body in such a way where you know what workouts feel good for you. You know how to activate your muscles in your way. You know, I used to argue a little bit with somebody I used to golf with, And they used to always get all pissy when they'd hit a bad shot. And I would always tell them, you know, you can't have good shots without bad shots. And they never understood what I meant. And they would always get annoyed with me for saying such a thing. But it's really true, man. If you played every single game of golf perfectly and you hit every shot exactly like you wanted to, you wouldn't play for very long. You know, you wouldn't keep playing the game of golf if that's how every round went. You just perfectly hit every shot, got par on every hole or birdie on every hole. You'd get sick of it pretty quick because there was no variation. There's no reason to keep doing it. So, you know, you can't have good gym trips without a bad gym trip. You know, if every time you leave the gym, you've got the perfect pump and everything's perfect, every single time to a T, you do the same workout every single time to a T, you're gonna get fucking bored of it, you know? So try working out in ways that are more fun for you and not necessarily so optimal in the science-based lifter sense. Now, you know, if you're competing, if you're a professional, if there's a real good reason why you need to get that muscle as big as possible, as quickly as possible, you know, like it's necessary, then obviously, you know, do whatever's most optimal. But I still don't believe that everybody's optimal is the same. So either way, you got to find what works for you. So these videos, I'm just going to show you guys what works for me, what I like to do. Obviously, if you watch, you can see I'm experiencing growth from what I'm doing. I'm actively gaining size, getting bigger, getting more cut, showing more definition. You know, it's obviously working what I'm doing. So if you want to take what I'm doing as a tutorial, you can. If you just want to watch it for something to watch, that's fine. You know, it's not up to me to decide how my content is consumed. But I'm going to wind that down there. We are going to go find ourselves some food. Not a lot of options. Trying to find something that's got some protein, something that's not too bad on the system, but also, you know, I'm starting to realize that there's merit to eating perfectly all the time, but also, you know, having these random cheat meals here and there, the more often I kind of stray from my diet and have a little more calories one day, a little less one day, a little more protein one day, a little less, as long as I'm relatively close to my goals, that's seeming to get me the most growth. When I'm standard eating the same thing, literally the same thing, you know, morning to night, every day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, same thing over and over, staying at the same calories, same protein, same everything, you know, it works, but I don't see these jumps in my growth. I don't see these changes in my growth that come out of nowhere. It seems like a really slow, steady process, and, you know, there's merit to it. But for me, you know, straying off the path a little bit, and I think our body reacts well to a little variation in amounts of our macros. So take with that what you will. I'm gonna stop talking about all that. This isn't the point, but we're gonna go find some food, see if we can't find something that's relatively decent, at least something that's protein focused. If we get a little extra fats, that's fine. Obviously, zero sugar sodas. We are not drinking our calories. No goofy shit like that. Even though there is a Shamrock Shake at McDonald's right now. If you know me, you know that shit gets me going, dude. A fucking Shamrock Shake, dude. God, they're good. But not worth it for the calories right now, and I'm already further off my diet than I'd like to be, so we're not gonna push it, bucko. So I'm gonna go get some food. I'll check in and tell you guys what I got, and then we'll head home and edit up this video, and it'll get posted for you to watch right now. Alright, y'all have a good night. I'll see you in a minute. Alrighty, folks. Taco Bell acquired. I have not eaten Taco Bell in a fucking minute, dude. It's been months and months. It's been at least 6 months to a year since I've had some Taco Bell, so this is gonna fuck expeditiously. Let's see if we can't find a good snacking spot, and I think that's gonna look like a spot right here in the parking lot. This ain't gonna be a mukbang, so I'm going to end this video here. Just want to let you guys know how we finished off the night. The brightness is all jimmied up. The exposure got all fucked up. I hope this clip looks alright, but got our food. We're gonna eat this up. We're gonna head home,
You guys have a great night. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Respect yourself. And go hard in the gym, man. Go hard. So